and welcome to the show. We start this week's Failrace episode with Enlisted Aura on GTA 5, doing the classic racing through the streets of Los Santos. Now, naturally many things go wrong when you're travelling at high speed, especially if you try and go for a little bit of a sneaky shortcut through some trees, hit a lamppost, bounce off 2 cars and come to a rest just about pointing in the right direction. There's a weird bounce in all of that one, but not a bad cartwheel over some traffic. Could have got a lot worse. Invisible AK up next is on GTA 5. Now this was during a stream race. We're racing Pantos around this rather small circuit, and there was a curious moment. You see, we couldn't figure out how Chris managed to explode the Panto around this circuit. What is a fairly normal circuit? It turns out you hit a curb and a wall a little bit too hard, and despite it not being a particularly large upside down moment, that bump on a curb was enough to blow up the Panto. Unusual, but apparently that can go on. Let's go up next on a GTA 5. So this is just after a race. Just kind of messing around with the Morgan, in fact, off-road. Comes up to the actual road, goes to get out of the car. Random AI vehicle, for no reason, just plows straight off of the road. Now, I imagine there might have been some player cars shooting, or players shooting up on the hill that freaked the AI out, but I just love that they turned to perfectly aim. It's where Glisker just got out of the car. Black and Red up next on Wreckfest with a rather unlucky bus. So, Crash Canyon goes for a roll, gets reset into another roll. So he's going to go for another reset, pulls the bus out of the wall, and that's another roll. And that's how we're going to reset that directly on its side. We're going to fall over again. And is this time we're going to work? Will you pull it out of the wall this time and have it drive? Well, there we go. It doesn't fall over. A few resets later, and the bus might just about, and only just about, be working in all of that. We stick with Wreckfest up next with a big bounce, a big launch, and then we're just going to go for cartwheels down the road. I mean, it is a black and orange car. Well, that's a fantastic kick from somebody. That's just a full-on Spartan kick. Yeah, that's not gone well. It's not gone well for the black and orange vehicle whatsoever. Actually, it's a bit stuck on the floor trying to get going out of all that. It's not the only car going for cartwheels, though. Mr. Rare also on a Wreckfest, this time off the start line of a race. Makes a very, very good start through everything. However, trying to dodge through all of these, an AI car gets things a little bit slow, gets launched upside down, and, well, there go the cartwheels again. We're going for 3, 4 cartwheels. It bounces along the Firefly, gives it a little bit of push. Still, like, I love that it's bouncing along perfectly, doing cartwheels as well. Nothing else. It is just perfectly cartwheeling end over end along all of that. This is from the AI car behind it. Oh, no, sorry, it's from on board. The car went for a flip. It's just... The initial crash just wasn't all that much. It keeps getting punted forward and keeps getting nudges into the cartwheels, so it keeps going. It keeps gathering momentum just about, and then ends up on its roof. Yeah, it turns out the cartwheeling is quite possible. It's not just even on Wreckfest, though. We have you on Car Mechanic Simulator. This running down the drag strip. Now, the handling physics on this game can be a bit wonky at the best of times. Things go wrong with this. We start off with some rolls, and once it continues to roll down the road, we bounce off the wall, and now we're going to go for rolling and cartwheels along the way. Yep, that's a lot of rolling. That's an awful lot of rolling. Lands on its wheels. That's a lot of rolling and an awful lot of cartwheels. Royal Ace is another one, finding ways to launch a car into orbit. This time on Need for Speed Heat with the Focus. I think this one is well, imagine to wobble their way down the road, going towards a jump regardless, not really paying attention. Doesn't quite get the jump right, hits the edge of the landing zone, and the game just decides to launch the Ford, spiralling through the air, doing all sorts of silly stuff. Sparks up next on Dangerous Driving is in the middle of a race, goes for a takedown of an opponent car, gets that one. However, as he pings away from the takedown, gets their car stuck in the barrier. And it's very stuck. We're doing a wheelie now as the car completely kind of, let's say, phased through. It wedges its way through until it does finally, like, a sort of ping out of the Armco, the edge at the end of the Armco, and the car gets released and go back to normal driving. Mike up next on Project Cars 2 with a classic Formula 1 car. I know Rouge is dangerous at the best of times, but in this particular one, it goes wrong on the way up and twists, and over it goes. As soon as it starts getting too far sideways, it's just that really violent flip. I mean, I've seen many, crashes happen at this particular location. You don't normally have the roll through the middle of the corner, though. It's not normally when things go wrong. LMP Dragon on iRacing with an almighty amount of luck while driving an IndyCar here at Charlotte. That is a crazy, crazy amount of luck. Very difficult to see at full speed because, well, the cars are doing 220 miles an hour. Someone spun, someone got stuck in the middle of the track, and another car just couldn't avoid it in time, so collects it. As it collects it, it launches it up in the air. So we've got the blue and red car tumbling, just comes crashing down behind that vehicle. Now, the black and green car ended up in the wall, pinged off of another vehicle. And again, I mean, the hitboxes, I think, were being a little kind in all of this with the contact, but that's so close. And that's so close to a massive accident. Of course, the cars up ahead are still having their own crash as well. And finally, we have Hatton on GT Sports with quite possibly the worst start to a race I have ever seen. So GT Sport is supposed to have like a little bit of a rolling start. However, things go very badly wrong. The AI don't know what they're doing here. They don't know at all. It all looks normal initially, and then oh no, that's not where the track is. That's definitely not where the track. Now, every car is doing this, as you can see on the mini map. This isn't just on board with Hatton's car here. Every vehicle is going everywhere. The Volkswagen's stuck jittering in the middle of the grid. I don't even know what car that is. Is that an F-Type? It's backing up. It's reversing around. They're in the wall. They're all down that straight. They're having issues. I think it might actually be a Porsche that's blue car's reversing around. There's 3 cars on the gravel on the inside. It almost looks like Hatton might get to start the race. Nope, we're just going to take a hard left into the gravel trap, into the wall. Somebody is closer to the start-finish line than the others. Now we're going the wrong way around the circuit. Yes, that's how we want to start a race. 100% how we want to start a race. Oh, we're going to go for a turnaround. The Beetle's not really made it much further. It's still stuck on the thing. Remember, this is AI controlled. You can still see it says auto drive. The player has no input. The player can do nothing about what this is doing. It almost looks like they were getting ready to go, and then the AI puts it in reverse to put it back in the gravel trap, and then we're going to go back to the infield again. It does get reset, and then just, oh, you know what? Screw it. We're going to release them now. I mean, again, the car we're riding on board was very lucky to be pointing in roughly the right direction and all of that. Other vehicles weren't so lucky. It is the worst start of all time ever. But there we go. That is going to be it for this week's video. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via our forums. There's a link in the description. At the very top of the page is the Failrace clip submission section, and in there you can find all of the rules and how to submit them. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.